Welcome back to Wreckfest. You join us today as we continue on in the Pro Internationals. We're still looking for the points needed to win this, but we're going to look at the race series Speed Hunters today. We've got two cars eligible. They must be A rated, and the two cars we have are the Rammer RS and the Rocket, both of which are A class, both of which we use quite a few times. To be fair, we need to get some of the other cars involved. I think I'm going to work out way I'm doing that. But race number 1 of this 6 race series is at Fire Rock Raceway main circuit, and this has a lap time already set by the Rammer RS of 1 minute and 3.147 as a B rated car. So can the Rocket today beat the Rammer RS's lap time, I wonder? There's only one way to find out, isn't there? Whilst we get into this race as well, something else we need to talk about. So we did a vote a little while back about races we're dominating and already winning, because I did an episode where we skipped ahead to the end of the race. Like, we lost a couple of laps because we were ahead. We were never going to lose the lead, or we didn't lose the lead, so we skipped ahead to the end of the race. You guys voted unanimously to not skip any of the races and show them in their entirety, which, fair enough. I thought people wanted shorter episodes, even when we're miles ahead. I thought no one needs to see that. But actually, you guys want to, so that's what we're going to do. So even when we're miles ahead, which isn't happening at the minute, as we're in a bit of a ding-dong in the mid-pack at the minute, we will show the race in its entirety as we go along now, instead of skipping any of it. Hope that makes sense. Right, into the race. We are battling hard on lap number 1 here. We're currently in 8th position. Bit of damage, to be fair. That kind of got a bit caught up with the cars in the midfield pack. Now we're trying to chase down the 7 cars ahead of us and try and get this all-important victory. A nice little send into the corner there. We take 2 positions up to 6th position now, and we're chasing down the cars ahead. We can see a couple ahead of us here. We're going to swing it in to this left-hander, nicely keeping the speed as high as possible, and it's a race to the line for the end of lap number 1, and we're going to get hit a little bit there, but we keep it straight. Lap number 2 now, and we're going to take 3rd position on the first corner of lap number 2, but we're going to have a car come back at us here on the inside, try and keep them at bay, and we just about do. We're moving into 2nd place as there was a mistake up front, but we're still going to keep it. We're trying to chase down first. We know there's a car in our tail to watch out for, but so far so good. We're doing okay. There is a bit of damage I'm a bit concerned about. Other than that, we're okay. Bit of a knock into the car in first, and we try and overtake him on the outside, and we do take 1st position. But can we hold it on the exit? We can indeed, and that is us in 1st position on lap number 2. Now we're just going to keep this going. This is a track we've done a few times. We kind of know the track, and the Rocket is a very fast car. Although we overcook the final corner there and smack into a car that's already out, we're going to lose 1st position because of that. We just got a bit carried away, forgot about the corner, didn't really brake enough, but I'm sure we can get 1st position back here as we hit the home straight for the end of lap number 2, and we were in 1st position with 4 laps remaining. And we've just got to see this through now. There's nothing about it. We've just set our best lap of the race as well on lap number 2. So now it is a case of racing fast but steady, and also seeing what lap times we can get to set the best lap we can, essentially, is what I'm thinking. And that's generally what I do in these races where we are miles ahead. We just try and set some decent lap times. Try and be consistent, learn the track, get used to the vehicle, that kind of good stuff. But the main thing is trying to set our best lap time that can beat any previous record we've previously set. And as this is an A-class car, it should be faster than the Rammer RS's B-class time because it's A-class. But we shall see. That final corner, can't seem to get that right at the minute. There are some cars on our tail. They're not a million miles away as well. They're looking for mistakes from us to catch up. As we come to the end of lap number 3, halfway through the race, we're a bit out of sorts there on the home straight, but we're going to collect it nicely, and we're back to normal again as we start lap number 4. Our best lap just been set on that previous lap as well, so good, we're setting best laps. That means we're doing well and we're keeping steady and ahead, and that's the important part. Just trying to make sure every lap is consistent, trying to make sure we get as fast a time as possible. But them cars that are chasing us down, they're not a million miles away, and that's a little bit concerning. If we make a mistake, they're going to pounce. So we do need to be consistent here and make sure we're not missing any of the corners or messing anything up because of a silly mistake. The right-hander here can be a bit tricky. We managed to get a decent exit this time. Last time was very slow an exit. I've managed to pull a little bit more of a gap to the car in second place. That's what we'd like to see. And just coming up to this corner here. This is the corner that messes us up every time. Again, not perfect. We've got to brake a little bit earlier, I think. Maybe take a bit more speed. Not sure. That's a weird corner. I just can't seem to get it right, to be fair. But home straight now for the end of lap number 4. And then we'll begin at lap number 5. And that'll leave 2 laps remaining. I don't think that was the best lap for us that time. No, I don't think it was. It went green at the top, but I'm not sure. So it didn't say best lap, so I don't know if it was or not. We've managed to get a bit of a gap to the cars behind, though. There's probably, I wouldn't say we're gaining, we're getting away. I'd say it's probably quite a consistent gap at this point. So we're just going to make sure that final corner is better. That's the one we're struggling with for some reason. I'm not sure why. Just can't seem to get it right. Avoiding the car there on the corner who seems to have lost his wheels and can't move. That will slow us down, of course, so that this lap won't be our best lap or anything like it, I don't think. The gap to the cars behind has opened up, so they must have made a mistake on that corner with the car that was crashed. And we made another mistake on the final corner, but we're getting used to doing that, considering we do it every single lap. But we're still ahead with a decent margin of error as well. Race for the line now for the end of lap number 5, and then we can start the final lap of this race. In first position, final lap now. Again, red lap time, so it wasn't better than previous, but we just need to see this through. We've been really consistent. The driving's been pretty good. I think getting caught in that midfield fight at the start of the race didn't really bother us too much. We are quick. We know this car is quick, and we know the track pretty well as well. I think all that combined makes the AI, even in expert difficulty, not that bad, to be fair. They're more likely to try and take you out early on than anything else. We do mess up the corner, though. We've messed that corner up a couple of times now. Bit of a poor exit as well. So the cars behind have gained, but there isn't much more to go. This final corner could be all telling, though. We need to make sure we get this right, because the cars behind can catch. Left-hander taking it better than we have done. Not brilliant, but it's better than what we have done. So we're through now, and it's going to come to the end of the race. The race for the line. We've got a decent gap to the cars behind. It's going to be first place of 24. I think we've done a decent result there. And that is first position. A fantastic result. Our best lap was a 1 minute 2.298. So a brand new track record and a new record set for A-class cars as well. Well done to the Rocket for a first victory in today's race. Race number 2 for us today is at Espedalen Raceway main circuit. We have a lap time previously set here by the Ram RS, which is the vehicle we're about to use, but it was a B-class time of 1 minute 8.084. B-class track record. Ram RS A-class this time, 279 rated. And we're going to see if the Ram RS can beat its own track record. I would expect it to. From a B to an A-class, there must be some difference by a couple of seconds, I would have assumed. But can the Ram RS also keep on the good run of form we had in the first race with a fantastic win there? That's the question. So off we go in 13th position, trying to make sure we just keep it steady at the start. We know we haven't got the fastest start in the Ram RS, but we just need to stay out of trouble with this opening section. Making a little space for ourselves there. We gained a couple of positions up into 9th now. As we get hit on the inside, we keep going forward. 8th position now, and that's a very good start, I think. First couple of corners. Gain a few positions. Now we can just catch the cars ahead and try and knock them out one by one. Up the middle there of a couple of cars. We're going to mess up the exit, taking too much speed, trying to get past all these cars. We're going to settle back in 6th position though. And that's not too bad. Trying to overtake the cars here on the grass. We're going to move it into 4th. We're just so quick. The Ram RS is such a quick car when it is A-class. It is flying. The only downside is you do things like that when it comes to the corners. We were flying in the Ram RS, but then we missed the corner completely into a concrete barricade, and that has caused us some damage, plus lost positions. We're down into 6th. Yeah, that's what happens when you get carried away and you're doing so well. But we know we can catch most cars on that long straight, to be fair, so we don't really have to worry about that. I think we can battle a little bit, but we don't really need to battle too hard. We know we can get the lead back on that straight, because I think we probably have the fastest car here by the looks of things. Nothing seems to be able to keep up with us. But we're on lap number 2 now. We're in 3rd position through the bends. Both cars going off ahead of us. That's going to allow us to 2-3 positions. We're going to move in the first position there. I don't know why they made that mistake there. It seems a bit weird. Both of them bouncing off onto the grass. But we are in the lead with 4 laps to go. Now, as I say, this would be normally the point we'd skip ahead, but obviously we're not doing that, so we've got to see it out. This is also the point that I then tend to get a bit drowsy. When we're miles ahead, and this is one of the reasons I used to skip bits, was when it gets like this and there's nothing really going on, it gets a bit monotonous. And with all the other issues I have with drowsiness anyway, this then to me becomes a little bit monotonous and boring, and we're ahead. If there's loads of crashed cars over the circuit, completely different kettle of fish. But this is quite a long lap, so we're not going to have as many crashed cars on the circuit to kind of avoid. This then goes into kind of autopilot in a way, and we just knock out the laps one after one. But yeah, this, if you notice me drifting or going into weird lines or going on the grass a lot, it's because I'm falling asleep. I try my best because I know I'm doing it to try and stay awake, but there's times I don't know I'm doing it and it's really bad, which is why I've had a few issues with editing and stuff like that recently. But we are on lap number 3, first position still, a massive lead on the cars behind. They're nowhere near us. We're relaxed. We're just trying to get the car to the finish and just keep moving forward. I think the Ram RS, though, if it can knock out some decent laps, should beat its previous B-class lap record. That is the hope and the plan. But we're miles ahead. I don't know, there's not really much for me to say anymore, to be fair. We're miles ahead. We can see out the rest of the race. Yeah, I'm going to leave it for the minute and let you guys see us watch the next few laps as we finish this off. And then we'll get back into it shortly. Race for the line now, and we haven't really made too many mistakes. There's a few times I was on the grass, but nothing major. We do finish in first position of 24. We set a new lap record of 1 minute 5.458, which will be a new A-class record, as there wasn't one set, and a new track record as well for us. Pretty good going, pretty happy. 2 wins out of 2 in this race series so far. 4 races to go. Race number 3 is at Motor City Circuit, main circuit. The Ram RS has set a B-class track record of 1 minute 53.162. This is a very long lap, by the sounds of things. Rocket is going to be the car we're using today, A-class 271. And once again, we're going to try and set a new track record, an A-class record, hopefully, is what we're aiming for here. Yeah, very long lap by the Ram RS, unless it was a really bad race. I don't remember, to be fair. So let's see what the Rocket can do here. All bunched up to start 13th position. We know the Rocket doesn't have a very good start. We just got to keep it clean and try and stay out of trouble as much as possible. Although in the mid-pack they can be tricky. We've moved up to 9th position already. That's pretty good going. This is quite a tight circuit by the looks of things. Walls on either side as we move up the inside there. Nice little move. Caught the barrier though on exit. That's really messed us up there. That was a lovely move until we caught the barrier, and that's kind of messed us up. 9th position now as it stands. Bit of damage, but we're managing it okay. We're just got to keep going forward now. And 8th position now as cars out of braking for the next right-hander. We get hit from behind after braking. We also then hit the car ahead of us. Couple of swipes there. Kind of payback for hitting him, I suppose. 7th position as it stands. Trying to overtake on the outside of the corner. Forced into the barrier there. Oh, come on. That is poor driving. And we're going to try and pass him as he hits us again. We're going to use that to go up the inside and gain 2 positions there. Up to 5th position now as it stands. But hit again from behind. They're not happy with us overtaking them today, are they? We're now into 4th position on lap number 1. We've got a bit of damage, but I think we're okay. That is a start and a half. More so the cars attacking us for trying to overtake. Another hit from the car there as we take 3rd position. They were a bit out of control though, so I don't think that was intentional, unlike the further cars further back. But we are in 3rd position. I think this is the end of lap number 1. Yes, I think that's the line. There we go. Lap number 1 finished. Lap number 2. Forgetting there's a left-hander here. That's going to cause us some issues. Oh, we're going to roll. Completely forgot about the left-hander. And yeah, we survived, but we're not in good shape. As more and more cars are having some issues here, we're in 7th position as it stands, but we are very low on durability. The car has taken a pounding, even really before that corner that we messed up. The car had taken a beating anyway. So, oh, that was cool. Going between all the crash cars there, got to be aware of that for the next lap. We're up in a 2nd place now, so it's a decent position. 1st place is ahead, but a decent amount. I think we can catch them. As long as we now stay out of trouble. And it does look like 3rd position on the mini-map is quite a way back. So I think we've got a bit of a gap for us now to kind of get our heads down and try and catch 1st place. It does seem to be getting away a little bit at the minute, but we hopefully will start catching. It's more so, it's such a tight circuit. You can't really make too many mistakes because it's going to cost you damage more than anything else. And also crash cars. They're going to become a nightmare as this race carries on, because there's nowhere for them to go bar on the circuit itself. So we've got to be very wary of that as we try and catch up to 1st position. Yeah, I don't like these closed in races where crash cars can be in your way, because one bad hit can really screw you up. Because of unrealistic damage, of course. It doesn't take much to screw you over. And this is the kind of races that can do that because it's so closed in. But we're going to begin at lap number 3. Still in 2nd place. Remember the left-hander here. 1st position. We are catching. 1st position has crashed. 1st position crashed. We hit them. Well, they hit us as well after they spun out into us. And we are now in 1st position. I wasn't expecting that. He made a mistake and hit one of the crash cars. And we managed to capitalise on the mistake. We did get hit in the process. But it's not the end of the world. We've got some durability. We do need to be very careful of some of the crash cars. I think that could really mess us up. But other than that, pretty good going so far. 1st position. We're just going to keep this rolling. I think we're setting better times than previous. It does seem faster. The previous was nearly a 2-minute lap time, wasn't it? So we're definitely ahead of that in terms of our best lap. Kind of tells me the lap set by the Rambo RS previously was a bit of a poor one, I would have said. Whereas the Rocket is flying at the minute. We messed up a few corners occasionally, especially when trying to avoid crash cars. But it's always that trying to push it a little bit more to gain a bit more speed to get a better lap time. So we are pushing as much as we can. And actually, looking at the top left-hand corner now, there is only us and second place left in the race. Only us and one car are still alive. I wasn't expecting that. It's only lap number 3, halfway through the race, and there's two of us left. I don't know what that means. Like, if the second place crashes out, do we just crash out and still win then? We just set our fastest lap of the race so far as we begin lap number 4. Keep an eye on that car in the top left. See if he actually does crash and gets do not finish. Because we can. I don't know what happens. I don't know if we have to finish the race or we can crash ourselves out. They're out. Second place has crashed. They are out. It is just us remaining in this race now. We did just take a hit of a crash car. That was completely accidental. I wonder if we crash out. We're in first position. No one's ahead of us. Do we carry on or do we crash out? I don't really know what it affects, to be honest. Yeah. Oh, it doesn't matter. We're wrecked anyway. So, did not finish, although we was in first position. Best lap of 1:31.681. New record. We do finish in first position, even as we was the last car to crash out. So, still a victory, I would say. Race number 4 of this 6-race series is at Fire Rock Raceway main circuit reverse. We have a lap record set by Killer B of B class, 1 minute and 3.451. For this race, we're using the Rambo RS A class, 279 rated as well. This should be a set new record, I would say. The Rambo RS being A class, Killer B set there, one at B class. This should be a new track record, I would have said. It's the first A class car to go around the track, so it'll be a guaranteed A class track record anyway. But overall track record is what I'm aiming for as well. I've got a whole spreadsheet, all the different times and stuff on it, just for my benefit more than anything else, I would say. But that is a hell of a start from the Rambo RS, as it has already made its way in a second position. I was too busy talking and not realising, and yeah, we're in first position already. Wow, that was a very quick start and to get the first position. I know we rolled a car at the start as well. Yeah, first position already done. That's job done now. Not quite. We're still on the first lap. We've got a bit of a gap to the cars behind, but anything can happen just yet. This track is backwards as it's a reversal of the Fire Rock Raceway main circuit, and to be honest, I can't remember half the circuit, so playing this as we go really, and just trying to see if we can make the most of each corner, trying to stretch that lead as much as possible. It enables them not to be able to attack or try and take us out. That's the plan anyway. We have gained a gap on the cars behind now, so we're now on the second lap of 6. Decent gap to the cars behind, although we do mess up the corner there. Onto the grass we go. That enables them to get a bit more time back on us, but we're sort of decent gap to the cars behind, to be fair. At least this race is a bit more open. It's not all closed in like the previous as well. So I think there'll be less cars crashed out on this one. I think on realistic damage, the races where you're really tight inwards in the main city kind of races, they're the ones that no one can finish half the time. Especially on realistic damage, it does cause that. Which we kind of knew was a thing. We're just trying to make it as hard as possible for ourselves. And it's not working so far. But we'll see how we go. We've still got some more races to do in this category and more in the next as well. So we'll see. It may get hard as we hit the next category. I don't know really. We've kind of stopped upgrading cars for the time being as well, just because it's too easy otherwise. So we are trying to buy new cars as and when as well, so you may see some new ones popping up in due course. Best lap of the race so far for us as we start lap number 3, first position still. Second place is still trying to catch a bit of a gap to the car behind, but decent enough to keep us steady. Got to be careful of mistakes like that though. That will enable second place to come back at us, but I still think they're miles away and probably don't have a chance to get too close at this point. So I'm going to do what I've done previously. Halfway through the race, we're in first position. I think this is in the bag. So I'm going to let you guys enjoy the next 3 laps without me going on and talking over it. We'll see you at the end. And there we are, approaching the end of lap number 6. First position, decent gap to the car behind. We finish in first place out of 24 with a best lap of 1 minute 0.949. So a new A-class record and track record all in one there for the Rammer RS. Decent race, decent finish. I think it was the start that did it for us. Without the start, I don't know where we'd be. But that was a fantastic race, especially with the start. Race number 5 now is a Motor City Circuit main circuit reverse. Now this is a new layout for us. We've not done the Motor City Circuit main circuit reverse before. So no track record to speak of. The Rocket A-Class 271 is our car for this one. And it's going to set an A-Class record and a track record all in one today, as this is a brand new layout. Now we're into a circuit that I'm not a massive fan of. This is one of the closed-in walled circuits by the looks of things. These ones can generally cause us a nightmare with crash cars staying on track, and also lots of built-up places for us to crash in other cars as well. So we'll have to see how this goes. I'm a little bit nervous about this one, but hopefully we can pull out another win. So far we're 4 wins out of 4. 5 wins out of 5 would be massive. We're just going to get through this pack of cars and out front if possible, and then avoid crash cars later on in the race is kind of my thinking. Currently doing okay, we're up to 5th position already. You can see the speed difference we have in the Rocket is incredible. Such a fast car. We're going to try and take the corner, getting hit for our turning, but we're going to come out of all the madness in the 1st position. I thought we'd overcooked the corner a little bit. Thought we'd kind of knocked into the car next to us who was going to give us some payback, but instead we've managed to find ourselves in 1st position on lap number 1. And we're already flying. Corner though, took it a bit too quickly. Their back end hitting the barrier. This way we need to be careful. The cars behind will catch up very quickly if we don't take these corners correctly. The car behind us there simply straight on. I think he was going to ram us and missed by the looks of things. So didn't see the brake, to be honest. But we're flying now down this back end of the track. And yeah, things are going well for the Rocket so far. Just going to keep it going. We've got a little bit of damage to the front end, but nothing major. And that's how we'd like to keep it if possible. Stay off the barriers. Keep an eye out for the corners coming ahead. And just try and keep this lead. As this lead is now built up. So pretty happy with our lead so far. As we cross the line for the start of lap number 2. This is where I'm going to leave you to it again. I think we're miles ahead. I'm not too worried about what's going to happen next. This is see what happens. I will jump back in if things get a little bit awkward later on, but I think this one's in the bag. We're on lap number 3. We are flying, but there is a lot of debris on the track and crash cars ahead. There is only ourselves and 2 other cars left in the race. We are in 1st position, but things are about to take a turn. We are going to have to, struggle our way through to the end of the race because we lose a wheel. That was silly. Crash car didn't see it on the inside of the turn. Trying to take the turn quickly. We have now lost a wheel. We've still got 2 laps remaining. These laps are fairly long. We're in 2nd position now as we've just been overtaken as well. They are fairly long laps, so to survive with no wheel, I think, is going to be tricky. Especially to finish the race at the very least. I think the ideal result would be right now all the other cars crash out, or the two remaining, and then we just go past them and then we can crash. Job done. That's would be the ideal, to be fair. But yeah, struggling a little bit with this lack of wheel. It's never nice trying to finish a race with missing a wheel, front wheel especially. Just a mistake. Didn't notice the car was on the inside as we were trying to take it really nicely and quickly to try and set the best lap we could. I think it's game over. There's no point in us keep struggling. I can't take corners correctly. I need to get hit really. Ideally, I think here to wreck. I think that's the only real option here. I can barely turn or go forward. I don't know what to do. I need to be taken out. I need a did not finish because I can't control this car anymore. I can't reverse. I can't go forward. I don't know what I'm meant to do here. Where is third position? Is he catching? If he hits me, third position, there's a chance he knocks us out. And that's kind of, I think that's our best bet right now, is if we can get third place to hit us. We can't go very quick. But even first place, if he comes around to lap us, I'm more than happy. He'll knock us out. Someone needs to, because this is a nightmare trying to drive this like this. But another corner coming up. Let's see if we can make this one. I just can't seem to make anything work. Nope. We couldn't turn straight into the barrier. We are wrecked. Did not finish. Our best lap and a brand new lap record, track record, A-class record is 1 minute 33.569. And we actually finished in third position with that did not finish. The final race of the 6 race series is at Espadalen Raceway main circuit reverse. Again, this is a brand new layout for us. We've not raced this layout before. We've done the main circuit, just never in reverse. To see us out as well for today is going to be the Rammer RS A-Class 279 rated. And after the disappointment of the third place did not finish in the last race, I'd like to finish with another victory, please. We've got 4 wins out of 5 races so far. This one being the final one. Can we get 5 wins out of 6? That would be the ideal. The worst thing about the last race is we were flying. We should have won that a canter the way we were going. But it is the built-up races with crashed cars can cause so many issues. We're forcing our way through here, and we're in 4th position as it stands on lap number 1. That was a really good kind of way of getting through. This is where the Ram RS is good though. It is very flat-ended at the front, so it will just force its way through other cars, and because it's quite powerful, can do that really well. The right-hander taken nicely there. Going to get caught up on the car ahead, but I think we're going to take the position. Yep, we're in 2nd place. I think we're slightly faster than car in 1st. You can see we're catching, although after ramming them, we do actually lose. We get a bit of damage. They're going to go off as well, though. We are in 1st position, a bit bouncy. We do take 1st, and that might be it for us. That might be it. There is a car a little bit close to us behind us, but I think other than that, I don't think there's anyone anywhere near us I can catch. I know there's 5 laps to go, but we are really quick. And my thinking is we don't have any tracks there for us. Although mistakes like that don't help. That was a big mistake there as we get caught up on the corner, and we got hit from behind as well. That's some damage we could have avoided. And now we brought the cars back into the race. That was me mumbling along. Oh, this is easy, 1st place, blah, blah, blah. Not quite when you make mistakes. This is when things get tricky. We now need to try and drive away from the cars behind and increase that gap once again to enable us just to relax a bit more. It was just a silly mistake, just forgetting about the corner. Again, messing up that corner as well. Not sure what it is. I just can't see the corners right at the minute on this one. We are still in 1st, but the cars behind are catching because of our mistakes. Trying to get away once again, and it is working to a degree, but it's all a matter of time till there's something else happens to us. There we go, off again, messing up the corner. That's some big damage, wheel damage as well. And again, it was more just the fact I just messed up the corners more than anything else. For some reason, I just couldn't get my head around it. It's currently 2nd place, trying to go 1st here on the corner, not quite making it stick. That 2nd place really wanted to win this. It was not happy when we overtook him originally. He really wants us to lose. So we're going to try and catch him as quickly as we can. Force him off the track maybe. A little hit. Serve him right. But here's now the car we've got to chase down. as we're in second place of 24. Could have bumped him there. Decided not to. Decided to be a bit careful. We've got to be careful of damage ready for ourselves as well on the grass here. And we're trying to cut across. Oh, not quite close to the bonnet. I was trying to the back of the car. I was trying to, pit maneuver him from the back really, but I couldn't quite get the angle right at the speed we're doing. A bit more damage for us there. I'm not too sure what caught us out there. Something hit us. And we've also taken the lead. We're back in the first position. Yeah, something happened there. But we hit something. I think they hit something as well. Maybe it may have been just debris on the track. Both of us, though, had a bit of an issue there. But in the end, it doesn't matter. We're in first. Now we need to drive away, and I think that's what we're doing. I think our hards have now come into their own. Not our hards, sorry. I think our tyres have come into their own, and we can just keep going now. I don't know why I said hards. It's like we don't have different tyres on this. Thinking of Formula 1 and stuff. But yeah, so we're doing okay. Got to watch out for this crash. Got another damage, another hit for us there. That's going to cost us if we're not careful. Them little hits. As we start lap number 4. That's our best lap so far as well. Once again, we're in the lead. Second place is now further back. I'm not that worried about our victory. I think it's kind of in hand. So I'll see you on the finish line. Heading to the finish now. We're in first position, and there we have it. First place, we set a lap record for A-Class and track record of 1.06.986, and that is 5 wins out of the 6 races in this 6-race series. Pretty happy with that. I think it went really well. Now it's just to see where we finish overall. I think that did not finishes, I think, count as finished positions. There we are, final position, first place, bonus targets 2 of 6, and total points 570 of 600. So now that leaves us on 2,273 points of the 2,600 needed. So we're getting there. A few more new races to do in the next episode as well. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Let me know what you think about the following through with what you voted for, with the not skipping the races where we're ahead. Do you still want me to commentate for that period? Or is it okay me just dropping the commentary and just racing and seeing how it goes? But let me know in the comments what you guys think. And we'll see you next time for more Wreckfest.